God, why did I decide that one arm was the best option to do this? Oh shit, this is going to fall. Oh, no books were harmed in the done of this video. Whew. Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katarina and welcome to my channel, and I have bits and pieces of book on me because I have too many books. So today, as you can see for the title of this video and possibly me scrunching all of these books, I have a book haul to show you guys for the month of March. It is the books that I accumulated in March, and as per usual I'm going to show you the manga that I've got, and then I'm going to show you the books that I got. And get ready because this gets real good. So the manga comes first as normal, so if you don't want to just skip until the real supposed books, but I would advise you to stay for the manga because I have some cool additions to my collection. So without further ado, let's just get into the videos. Wow. Carrying these books just messes up my brain. As I'm supposed to say, let's get into the books that I got for March. So the first manga that I got in March is The Promised Neverland, Volume 8, and this one is by Kaishirai and Posuka de Misu, and this is basically a dystopian sort of manga series about these orphans that are created in this orphanage, and they find out that when they're supposed to be getting out of the orphanage, they are actually being given to these demons that currently rule the world to be food. So they're basically killed by the demons and they are sold to them and they die. So they start to plot and plan an escape from this orphanage in order to just have a life and live, and they find out that the world is currently divided in humans and demons, and they don't really know anything about the world outside. So it's really interesting, it's pretty cool. I had this moment in between of the mangas where I was like, is this seriously where this is going? I don't care, but the last volume was pretty awesome. It introduces new characters that I really wanted to know more about, and it has a new direction, which I'm very excited about. So this 8th volume is the proof that anything can get better. The next volume is The Ancient Magus Brides by Korei Yamasaki, and this is the 10th number volume-ish of the Ancient Magus Bride series, but this is the first in a new arc that just recently came out. So the Ancient Magus Bride is basically about this girl Chise and how she's bidded in this sort of auction to this kind of creature called Elias, and he kind of buys her and he decides that she's going to be his apprentice because he's the last living magus. This is a world where alchemy and natural magic exist in the same span of time, but it's not exactly the same thing, and alchemists are not really well viewed by magus, and magus are not well viewed by alchemists, and they do different things, but their goal is the same: to preserve the magic and to learn from it. And so Chise is now an apprentice because she has this power that will probably make her die very young, and she can be the last living magus, but Elias also wants her to be his bride. So it's kind of fun, but it's also very dark and very sad, very nostalgic. It has a lot of trigger warnings for suicidal thoughts, for death of loved ones, a lot of these situations for self-harm and other stuff, but it's really beautiful. It is a very compelling story, and I like how our main character develops, and I really want to know this new arc because supposedly now she will be going to a magical college because she cannot be Elias' own tutor forever, so this is going to be fun. The next manga that I got is Tokyo Ghoul Volume 9, or rather Tokyo Ghoul Re Volume 9 by Suhishida, and this one is the sequel to Tokyo Ghoul, so the sequel is already 9th volumes in, and I mean, my god. But this is another one that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the Tokyo Ghoul series so much. It was one of my favorite series from last year, but it was really good, but at the same time it had a lot of focus on some more theoretical and descriptive of physics and biology and other stuff. So I was interested because I wanted to know what happened to certain characters, and I like the new characters, but I wasn't as enveloped in it as I was with Tokyo Ghoul. But the last volume, again, just punched me in the face, and I really loved it, so I really want to see where this is going, and this one is a hunch of a manga, so I am fairly excited to know where this is going. The next manga that I got is Made in Abyss Volume 5, and this is by Akihito Tsukushi. Sorry, my bad. Basically, this is kind of a futuristic sort of story in which there's a civilization that lives near an abyss. And supposedly they explore the abyss, and from the abyss they get what they need to survive and to live their lives. But this is also the story about this little girl. She's our main character, and her mother is a white whistle, which is the highest level of explorations of the abyss possible. And she did a dive, which is she went to the last layer of the abyss, and she never returned because as further down as you go, bigger are the probabilities of you coming up dead, because the abyss has some sort of situations in your organism. It makes you throw up blood, it makes you feel dizzy, it makes you lose your humanity. So if you come back up, you will probably come back up dead or not at all. But this little girl receives a message from her mother that says, I will meet you down at the end of the abyss. And she, fully aware of the consequences of this, she just decides to go and do a dive until the end of the abyss. And it just makes you cry in every volume, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. The art is beautiful, and the story is just so retching and so amazing, and I love this. And they're so small, but they all pack a punch so great. And it's about friendship, it's about morality, it's about what you have to do to stay alive, but it's also about love and family, and it's just so great. The next volume that I got is volume 4 of Ruby Anthology, and this one is called I Burn, and it is about Yang, our character, our Y, and she basically is one of the main comprises of the Ruby team, which, if you don't know, this is based on an animation, not an anime, an animation created by Monty Hume. And this is still ongoing. This is a series. I highly recommend that you watch. The animation is really good. And this is basically a collection of short stories that have as a main character Yang. And I really enjoy Yang. I enjoy all of the 4 of the main girls. And yeah, I really want to know how they're going to finish this short story series, and if there's more, and what's the stories that they choose to portray Yang, because she's really vulnerable on the inside, but she's really strong at the same time. So it's just so really nice to read about them. So I hope that these short stories are cool. Next, and possibly one of the most beautiful books of this haul, is Full Metal Alchemist, the Full Metal Edition, Volume 4. And this one is by Hiromu Harakawa. And if you don't know, Full Metal Alchemist is one of my favorite animations of all time. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I must say. And Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is obviously based, and more based than Full Metal Alchemist, the other animation, in the manga series, which obviously came first. And these collector's editions are so beautiful. They shine as if they are really, really metal. They are beautiful, amazing. They also have a lot of main and side characters in the back and in the front, and it's just so amazing. This is basically the story of 2 brothers, the Elric brothers, and they basically commit a sin in the alchemy sort of world. And so the older brother loses an arm and a leg, and the younger brother loses himself entirely and has his soul attached to a piece of armor. And they are searching and searching for the Philosopher's Stone in order to get their limbs and their bodies back and their lives back. And the elder brother is now a state alchemist, is an alchemist that works for, all of the wars waged by the state. So it's really interesting. I love it. It's just filled with feels, and it's so amazing. It's one of the best stories told in any sort of format. And yes, I am saying this because it's fucking true. The next one that I got is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and this is the omnibus edition. I don't know if there's another one. I feel like there's another one, so this is not the entirety of the story, but whatever. And this is by the master Alan Moore and Kevin O'Neill. And basically, from what I gather from this is the story of this band of people, like this league, obviously, that is comprised of some of the most known characters in literature. So, like Mina from the Dracula, let me see, who else? Captain Nemo from 200,000 Leagues Under the Sea, also Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and other names. Okay, so you can see the thing. This is kind of a Victorian sort of setting. This is a graphic novel. It is beautiful. It has a lot of written text, but it also has a lot of art. It is amazing. It is gorgeous. And I believe that they fight some sort of evil. Yeah, Devil Doctor of Limehouse. And then they have a alien threat to fight as well. So this is sort of a Victorian set with a league of extraordinary people that actually band together to fight evil, pretty much. And it's by Alan Moore, and if you don't know, Alan Moore is a creator of V for Vendetta, and I love V for Vendetta. And other stuff, well, I created other stuff, but I love that one, so I want to know more about his work, you know. I got a little blushed because you can see how I'm really dumb in what regards comics and graphic novels, and I only know my manga, but I want to read this because this looks so awesome. And now we're entering into the realm of the books that I got this month. Get ready, because they are hardbacks, they are gorgeous, and they are sexy as fuck, and I love all three of them, and I am in heaven. So the first one was actually a surprise for me, not because I didn't know that it was coming, but because of the entirety of the thing you're going to see. So the first one is Furyborne by Claire Legrand, and I'm really happy that I have this. It is so absolutely gorgeous, and a plus that I had no idea, it has decollete edges, and I know that a lot of people hate decollete edges, but I love decollete edges. The feel that you have when you're turning the pages, and this, from what I know, is the story of two girls, like two supposed queens, or to be queens, and basically, from what I know, there's a prophecy about a Sun Queen and a Blood Queen, so the Sun Queen is supposed to be good, and the Blood Queen is supposed to be bad, and you're supposed to already know which one is which, and you're following, sorry, it's hard to speak today. As I was saying, you're following one in the past and then one in the future, so supposedly the past one is evil and you know about it, and the second one in the future is going to be the good one, or is she? And basically they have to pass these tests, these crazy tests, to know if they wield this specific sort of magic, which is elemental magic, I feel like. I have no idea. I have to read this. Like, I'm trying not to spoil myself for this, so this is why I don't know a lot about this, because I really want to read it, because I feel like it's going to be amazing. Now we have a book that I won in a giveaway, and this giveaway was hosted by Rebecca. I'm going to leave her link down below to her channel. She also has a channel. She has not as much subscribers as she should, because she's amazing. She's an extremely nice person. She is just filled with joy and life, and she just has some interesting comments to do about some books that she reads that I really find that you should go and subscribe to her channel, like seriously, because she's really cool and she's really underrated right now, and I feel like if you want, please just go check her out. I'm going to leave her link down below, and you really, really should. But if you've seen my Siege and Storm vlog, if that already went up, I don't know, you probably know what book I'm talking about, but if you haven't, I'm going to introduce that book to you. So as I was saying, Rebecca did a Twitter giveaway and I won, and the book that I won is King of Scars by Lee Bardugo, and this book is absolutely gorgeous, but if you think that this is gorgeous, you're in for a surprise, boys. I low-key had to play that song because I really want to get sexual with this book. And not only the book is gorgeous, but it's fucking signed. It's fucking signed. Thank you so much, Rebecca. I'm going to cry. So I'm not going to put the dust jacket on because this is too gorgeous to be covered, but as you probably are aware if you've been on my channel for a while, I have just finished the Grisha trilogy. I really want to read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, but the fact is that I ordered them and there's 2 weeks in and they're still not here. Something wrong happened, I don't know what. I'm very pissed about that situation, but I really want to read this book, and now that I know Nikolai and Zoya, I mean, can you blame me? And the book is gorgeous. I just love it. Okay, I'm going to stop because I'm getting too much into the situation, and you all know I love my books, but I mean, I don't need to make weird sounds while holding them because, I mean, too much info right there. And now the possibly prized jewel of this book haul is the Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This is the biggest book that I've seen. Well, not the biggest, I have read bigger, but he looks so chunky and so beautiful, and all of the dragons. I want to tattoo this book on my face because I feel like I would be gorgeous, and I'm not. And I really don't want to be, but I really want to tattoo this on my face. Imagine. Don't I look beautiful? Because I feel like I do. So I'm trying not to spoil myself a lot for this one. So the only thing that I know is this is about a queendom. There's two types of dragons. There's the East, there's the West. These ones are good. The West ones are bad. The queendom is in the West, and there's a giant dragon that is going to return. And I know that in the East, there's a girl that's trying to be a dragon rider. That's all I know. I don't need and I don't want to know anything else. It's a standalone high fantasy, adult fantasy, and my heart, it beats. Can you see it? It's gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'm going to love this. And if I don't love this, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, so I better love this. Yeah, so that's going to be all for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you like this book haul. Tell me something down below about the books that you got this month, or that you read this month, or whatever you want to talk about. And yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today. And happy readings to you all. Bye!